Imagine walking the crowded streets of ancient Rome. The marble columns of grand temples tower above you. Gladiators roar in the Colosseum, senators debate laws in the Forum, and merchants shout over the bustling markets. But hidden behind the wealth, power, and glory of this empire is a darker story, a story of women who had no freedom, whose lives were bought, sold, and controlled by others. These are the hidden stories of enslaved women in the Roman Empire. Women forced into labor, concubinage, public entertainment, living lives of suffering and resilience, often forgotten by history. In the Roman Empire, slavery was the backbone of society. Men, women, and children were enslaved, often captured during wars, born into slavery, or sold by their families during economic hardship. Among them, women were particularly vulnerable. These women had no rights. They could be beaten, punished, or even killed at the whim of their owners. Their daily tasks varied. Some worked in households, cooking, cleaning, or raising children. Others labored in the fields, carrying heavy loads under the scorching sun. But for many, the harshest fate was sexual exploitation. Enslaved women could be used as concubines, forced into sexual relationships with their masters, or sold in brothels to serve the desires of strangers. Their bodies became commodities, their freedom stripped entirely, and their suffering invisible to the Roman elite who celebrated the grandeur of the empire. Concubinage was a socially accepted form of sexual exploitation in Rome. Wealthy men often kept enslaved women as concubines. Unlike wives, these women had no legal protection. They could be abandoned or replaced at any time. Take the story of a woman named Livia, for example. Born into slavery in a provincial town, she was sold to a wealthy patrician family in Rome. She spent her mornings cleaning and serving in the household, her afternoons hidden behind closed doors, enduring the advances of her master. Despite her suffering, she was forced to appear obedient, smiling and silent, because resistance meant punishments were worse. Yet even in this oppression, enslaved women like Livia found ways to survive. Some learned the skills of their masters' households, hoping to earn a small measure of trust or freedom. Others secretly formed bonds with fellow slaves, creating networks of support in a world that had stripped them of family and dignity. For many enslaved women, the path of sexual exploitation extended beyond the household. Some were forced into prostitution or public entertainment. Brothels were common in ancient Rome. Enslaved women were often sold to satisfy the desires of citizens, soldiers, and visiting foreigners. In the Colosseum and other arenas, women might also perform as part of spectacles, dancing, acting, or participating in staged events. While the crowds cheered, these women were nothing more than objects of amusement, their pain hidden behind the glamour of performance. The psychological toll of this exploitation was immense. Enslaved women lived in constant fear, their autonomy stripped, their voices silenced. And yet, despite the cruelty, many survived, resisting in small ways, through secret friendships, hidden acts of defiance, or the hope of eventual freedom. Survival for enslaved women in Rome required cunning, endurance, and resilience. Some were able to gain favor with their masters and live relatively better lives. Others might marry free citizens if manumitted granted freedom, but even then, society still saw them as tainted or inferior. Despite the oppression, enslaved women contributed enormously to Roman society. They raised children, prepared meals, maintained households, and even influenced politics behind closed doors through their positions in elite homes. Yet their stories are rarely told, buried under the grandeur of emperors and generals. History often celebrates the achievements of men in power, but the voices of enslaved women whisper through time in fragments, graffiti, letters, and brief mentions in historical accounts. Each story speaks of suffering, endurance, and the human cost of empire. The story of these women is a reminder that behind every marble palace, every victory in the Forum, and every spectacle in the Colosseum, there was pain, silence, and oppression. These were real people, with real lives stolen from them, who fought to survive in the shadows of one of history's greatest empires. As we admire the grandeur of ancient Rome, it's crucial to remember the hidden victims, the enslaved women whose labor and suffering made that wealth possible. Their stories may be dark, but they are also a testament to the human spirit's resilience. The quiet strength of women who survived despite unimaginable circumstances. The next time you read about the glory of Rome, remember Livia and thousands like her, Their stories deserve to be heard. If you found this story eye-opening, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below. History is full of untold stories, and we'll uncover more of them together in our next videos.